Okay, so now I get to show you a few things here. So this, when you see this up here, that means you have messages here. Now, you see it says reservation starts 24 minutes ago. I actually, boop, I actually just got off of this call. Sometimes they will call you early if they see that you're available. If you're not on a call, they'll go ahead and call you early. And her and we have the best time. We have such a fun time. I have some regular students that I tutor that we just really have so many things to discuss. It's almost like talking to an old friend. I mean, of course, I'm professional, nothing inappropriate or whatnot, but it's so easy to talk to them. It's like, meeting up with an old friend every time we talk. And I talk to many of them 2 to 3 times a week. So I just finished this reservation. She called me about 5 minutes early. And so, yeah, reservation's already done. And I'm going to show you when you have unconfirmed reservations. So remember the video that I showed you that you can confirm your own reservations. If they don't if they don't request a session during a priority hour and they're only requesting it during, maybe you just opened up your schedule and they want to book a session with you, you're not just forced to have a class with them. You have to confirm it. So I click here. And it shows reservations. See, these two have already been reaffirmed. They're in solid blue. Now I could click here. Somebody confirmed a reservation on April 18th. And oh, I'm so happy that this is a Cambly Kids. So you can always go through and look. This is my schedule for next week. These have already been confirmed. If they're in the black, they're automatically confirmed. They just go ahead and push them through because you're telling Cambly, okay, Cambly, I'll just take whatever calls you throw at me during these priority hours. So I don't have to go in and approve these in the black. But if they're in my blue area, or, if I decided to make it purple, then, the purple would be if I chose availability with kids only, then it'll be like a light lavender purple. But anything that's not in my black, the priority hours, I'd have to go in and manually approve them. I could say yes or no. And see, these are in the black. Now, this student wants to see me on this day. And so you see how it's not blue, it's white. And it says request. So I don't have it down as a priority hour. So Cambly has to ask me, even though I opened up my schedule saying, hey, this is my availability, I still have to go in and tell this person, yeah, I'll be there or I can't make it. And so they wanted to have class with me on the 18th at 11 a.m. So I'm going to say, yes, I will be there. So then they will get a message saying that I confirmed that I will be there. I confirmed the appointment. So they know they have a standing appointment with me. They can always cancel if they would like. They can cancel that. But on my end, I'm saying I will be there. Now, anytime you need to cancel, then you can do so. They just want you to do so. I believe I have to look how many hours in advance. You know what? This is a good way for me to show you how to go to your tutor guide. So you go to your tutor guide if you have questions. And I like to actually go to the Cambly help. And then if you go down where it says priority hours and reservations. Reservations, is it too late to cancel or confirm my reservations? So if you're wanting to cancel, they want you to do that at least 12 hours in advance. Now, if you have to cancel last minute, there have been a couple of one situation actually where I had to cancel maybe 2 hours in advance. And so Cambly alerts them. And then since it was one of my regulars that I see, I just sent them a message telling them that I had a family emergency come up and I apologized. And they were very understanding. Now, if it's somebody that's not your regular and you're canceling, then odds are they probably won't reserve with you again. They would probably look for a more stable tutor. Although they don't know that you don't normally cancel, but if it's their first time requesting you, then it may discourage them from reserving you as their tutor in the future. So just keep that in mind when you're having to cancel. But hey, things happen. I suggest always, always, always go to the Cambly Help Center. So always go to the Cambly Help, and it has so many different links for your different questions. So always, always, always do that. And I showed that in one video when if you need to submit a request, if there's something that you just really need to email them about, you can always do that. All right, so this is the first time I've seen this, but I have a kid's reservation, which is actually, she's late, but I saw this little note here. The parent had put this note on the account. Now, you see, I don't speak Portuguese, but this is Portuguese, and this is how I know it's Portuguese. I don't know just by looking at it. I went to her profile, and I saw it says here, speaks Portuguese, right here. Oops, here it is. Right here it says speaks Portuguese. And that's how I was able to determine the language. So then I went to Google Translator and I had copied and pasted what she said over here. I chose Portuguese to English, and then it tells me what she wanted. She wanted something fun for Alice to enjoy in class. So I know that this is what she's learning at school. So I would, if she does show up to class today, then I'm going to, instead of having a standard reward system, I'm going to have like maybe a stuffed animal or something and have it up, down, between, behind, something fun for her to practice. We'll practice. We'll probably sing the days of the week. We'll probably sing some days of the week, the months of the year, something like that. I'll probably show her my cell phone. Depending on what we have time for and how well her English is, because I haven't had this student before. So this is a new student and they might not even show up today. That happens, but you get paid for, what, I think the first 10 minutes you get paid for anyways, or you get paid, I gotta look, I don't remember, but you get paid for part of the reservation. When they reserve time for you and they don't show up, you get paid some of that money still, because somebody else could have booked you during that time slot, but they reserved it and no one else was able to book you during that time slot. And so now they still gotta, they're fined and you still get paid a little bit for that. Now, as far as looking at the lesson, you can go to their profile. It says she speaks French. Wow, I speak a little bit of French, you guys. I wonder if I can maybe communicate a little bit with her in French. Depending on her level, I don't know. But look, this is what it looks like. Yay! So everything in gray, that's what she's already completed. I'm thinking it says she. Linya, I think Linya. Or I said Linya. Lena? Maybe it's Lena. Lena. I'm thinking Lena. So all of this in gray, that's what she's already done. And so our lesson will be, what color are you wearing? This will be the next one. So you look at it, you click on it. It even gives you an icebreaker. Like all the work is done for you. So you have an icebreaker. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? And it is so cool. I have so many toys and things that are colorful, stickers. And we could talk about colors. I could do so. I mean, it's so easy. Like, this is like zero prep. You know what I mean? It's so easy. And see, they give a lot of opportunity for discussion because that's what Cambly is about, discussions, them using their vocabulary. So look at that. Complete sentences. Which sentence is correct? Do you remember these colors? We could talk about stuff, just natural conversation. Ask your tutor 3 questions about this. So, we could talk about songs, and if she's never heard of Ring Around the Rosie, then we can learn some Ring Around the Rosie. I can even, depending on how much time we have and how advanced she is, I can even tell her the history of it because it's really a dark and morbid little rhyme. And so I can tell her a little bit of history about it, that is actually about, the plague. So look at this. Isn't that so cool? They have like things like this, show and tell. I love it. If we actually get to this part, which sometimes we don't, depending on their level again. But if we actually do get to it, then this is so much fun because we actually just get stuff from around us and talk about it. So I love when we make it to the last slide. It's not often that we do. They do, I showed you in that one video, like the estimated times. You don't that's not rule of thumb. They're not saying rush these kids. It's kind of like Dada, I love it because you know how Dada is, conversational as well as, following the objective of the lesson. And depending on the parent, some parents want you to just really just crank out that lesson and get through it. And some parents really want you to elaborate, to converse. Don't even go any further until their child has it down. Most of my students, I would say, I have 17 regular students, right, with Dada. And out of my 17, I would say 14 of them really they want me to take it slow. They actually put in the, their, requests or whatever, the notes that parents can put in the account to, at the beginning of each lesson, go back and review what we've already went over before we even go any further. So they like that. And I love that, since I'm so used to that, I'm not used to just rushing through slides just to get them done. I'm used to that conversational bit. So with Cambly and all these conversations, it's pretty cool because they make sure that they incorporate the ability to converse with one another and really use that vocabulary. See, look, imagine that. Describe your family members. Try to use as many words as you can. They just give you a picture. And this is stuff that I do already, you guys. I do this with Dada. I'll pull something up on my cell phone or on my iPad and put it up to the camera, and we'll talk about it. And Cambly is just so cool that, I never wanted to do Cambly Kids. You guys heard what I said. I'm not trying to do all that work. But now that I'm in it, I'm like, wow, this is not what I expected. It's really not. I thought it was going to be like, you got to get through these slides and you have to do this, this, and this, this. And I'm not trying to be jumping all over the place for $12 an hour, really $6 a class. I haven't seen a kids class that was less than 30 minutes. So it comes up to about $6 a class. Technically, it's 20 cents a minute. So I was like, I'm not doing all that ripping and running and doing this, this, and that. But it is so natural. It really is. And you don't even have to have a degree with Cambly. So those of you that want to teach without a degree and you just have a passion to tutor because you speak English, you know the language, and you are patient, here you go. This is a platform for you. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like. Let me go back to my reservations and I'll show you another one. So I have this kid tomorrow, and is this a kid? No, that's not a kid. I have this kid on Thursday. Oops, let's go to her. And I'll just show you, how they're not all the same. They're different. And so this one, we're on lesson 9. What did you eat today? And so we're going to talk about this. What did you eat today? And there's so much you could talk about when you talk about food. What did you eat? And I found out, I actually had her in class today, And she told me she loves donuts. I was like, ooh, donuts. That is so good. Now I want a donut. But she was telling me like the different foods that she likes to eat. See that? Okay. Well, that's all I wanted to do is just show you guys a little bit how that goes. And now you have an idea of what that looks like and how easy it is. So yeah, look, it just goes on and on, all the way to 100. And then if they get to 100, I don't know what happens. Like, is there another lesson? Or are they done with kids? Do they graduate to Cambly Classic? I have no idea. So when I find that out, if I ever get to one that we on the 99th or the 100th lesson, then I'll let y'all know. Or if somebody tell me, I'll let you guys know what happens in case you're curious. So thanks for watching. And now for real, tutor F. And I wish